This is the Sony 24mm F2.8 full frame lens for Sony E-mount. And today I'm going to tell you why I think it's the perfect travel lens. I just got back from an amazing trip to Paris and Italy, and this was the one lens that I used to take literally thousands of photos. This was my first time traveling to Europe, and so I had a little bit of a hard time nailing down which cameras and which lenses I wanted to bring. I knew I wanted as little gear as possible because I knew there would be a lot of walking around in this trip. So my initial thought was bring one camera, my Sony a7 IV, and one lens, my 24-70. But the more that I thought about it, the more that I thought that even that lens is too big. I knew that I needed something a little on the wider side because there's a lot of architecture and landscape stuff that I wanted to shoot in Italy, and so the 24 end of the 24-70 seemed perfect. If you guys have been watching this channel for any amount of time, you'll know that I love my 24-70, and a lot of my favorite photos that I've taken on this lens have been on the 24 end. The telephoto side of the 24-70 70mm I almost never use, and so it kind of seemed like a waste to bring a lens this big to basically just shoot within that 24 to 35 range anyway. I love my 35mm lens, but it's just not wide enough. So I started looking into other options, and that's when I came across this guy. It comes in at $875 Canadian, so not super cheap, but not super expensive. So I ordered it. It wasn't until it arrived that I realized just how small it actually was. It weighs in at only 162 grams. Just to put that into perspective, my 24-70 Sigma lens weighs 830 grams. So quite a big difference both in weight and in size. And for how I like to carry around a camera when I'm traveling, which is on my Peak Design capture clip, the 24 is just the perfect size. The 24-70, in my opinion, just feels too big, too heavy, and kind of awkward when you're wearing it on the capture clip. The 24mm is tiny, it's light, and it's really just a fantastic little lens. It is only an f2.8 lens. I know I say only, but for prime lenses, that's actually not very good. Most prime lenses, even the cheaper ones, are f1.8 or lower. But that isn't really the biggest deal, in my opinion, for a lens this wide, and I'll explain why. 24mm is a lens that I'd use mostly for architecture and landscape, so I'd be shooting mostly during the day. So f2.8 is fine from an amount of light standpoint, and 2.8 is still plenty wide open to be able to shoot at sunset or in low lighting situations. The second reason why I think f2.8 is fine is because you're really not going to be getting a lot of depth of field with this lens anyway. Unless you're going to be shooting a portrait with your subject literally close up to the camera, which you're probably not going to be doing with the 24mm lens, most of what you're shooting is going to be in focus anyway. With a 50mm lens or a 35mm lens where you are going to be shooting a lot of portraits, having the ability to blur out the background with an f1.4 or an f1.2 is really handy. But with a lens that you're mainly going to be shooting architecture, landscape, and you're going to be shooting at like an f9 or an f11 anyway, it doesn't really matter that it's an f2.8 lens. However, I did also end up bringing my 35mm f1.4 lens to Italy in case I decided that I wanted to shoot portraits, which I did, but not that many. The 24 has the aperturing on the lens itself, which I guess is nice, but I always do it in camera anyway. In terms of video, I don't know. I literally shot zero video with this camera on the trip. I always find that when it comes to travel, you can focus on photo, you can focus on video, but it's really hard to focus on both and have fun and enjoy traveling itself. You almost need another trip just to capture everything, make all your videos, shoot all your photos. If you really want to like live in the moment and actually enjoy traveling, you're going to miss some shots and you're not going to be able to capture as much footage as you thought that you might. So all that to say that something's got to give, and I made the decision to not shoot video on this trip, which I think was a great decision. I enjoyed myself, I got some really good shots, and I ate some amazing food. However, looking back on the trip, there were a few times when I felt like I needed a longer lens. The a7 IV does have 33 megapixels, so there is room to crop, but I still didn't think it was quite long enough at times. Looking at the other options available, I now wonder if the 24-50 would have been a good choice as well. It's still compact, it's still light, I could probably still wear it on my capture clip, but it gets a little more range. I don't know, maybe I'll try it in the future, but regardless, the 24mm is an excellent little lens that packs a big punch. Anyway, that's it for this video. A short one, but hopefully it was helpful for some of you guys. If it was, and you want to keep seeing stuff like this, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on my next video. I'll see you guys in the next one.